A long time ago, in a great kingdom in the land of Ijebu, there lived a young prince named Adewale. Prince Adewale was well known across the land because his father, the great king Adetokunbo, was one of the richest and most powerful king in all the land. But even though Adewale had everything he could ever want, something troubled him deeply. He didn't know if people truly liked him for who he was, or if they only wanted to be close to him because he was the prince. As Adewale grew older, his parents began to pressure him to choose a wife. Many beautiful young women from noble family came to the palace, hoping to catch the prince's eye. But Adewale felt uneasy. He could see that many of them were more interested in becoming queen than in getting to know him as a person. One night, as Adewale sat under the big Iroko tree in the palace courtyard, thinking deeply, he made a decision. He would disguise himself as a poor man and go into the villages. There, he would see who would treat him with kindness and love him for who he really was, not for his wealth or royal status. The next morning, Adewale changed from his fine royal robes into the simple clothes of a poor traveler. He covered his face with dust and ash to hide his identity and set out on his journey, leaving behind his guards and the luxury of the palace. Adewale traveled for days until he came to a small village near a flowing river. In this village, no one knew him. He introduced himself simply as Wale, a traveler with no money or family. He stayed in the village, helping with farm work, fetching water, and even assisting in building houses. The villagers grew fond of Wale because of his hard work and humble nature, but no one guessed that he was actually the prince. In this village, there was a young woman named Abike. She was known for her gentle nature, her wisdom, and her skill in making beautiful ashoke. Abike lived with her grandmother in a small mud house, and despite their modest means, she was always cheerful and kind to everyone. Wale soon noticed Abike's kindness and the way she treated everyone with respect, whether they were rich or poor. He began to spend more time with her, helping her with her work and talking to her about life. They would sit by the river in the evenings, talking about their hopes and dreams. Wale found himself drawn to Abike's pure heart and simple way of life. As the weeks turned into months, Wale's feelings for Abike grew stronger, but he was still hiding his true identity, wanting to be sure that Abike loved him for who he was, not for what he could offer her as a prince. One day, Wale could no longer keep his secret. He took Abike to a quiet spot by the river, under the shade of a tall palm tree, and told her the truth. Abike, he said, I have not been completely honest with you. I am not just a poor traveler. I am Prince Adewale, the heir to the throne of this kingdom. Abike was shocked. She stared at Wale, not knowing what to say. You are the prince? She asked, her voice trembling with surprise. Yes, Adewale replied. I came to this village disguised as a poor man because I wanted to find someone who would love me for who I am, not for my title or wealth. You have shown me the kindness and love I have been searching for, and for that, I am forever grateful. Abike was silent for a moment, thinking deeply. Then she smiled and said, Wale or Prince Adewale, it doesn't matter to me. I care for you because of the person you are, not because of your title. You have shown me your true heart, and that is what matters most. Adewale was overjoyed. He knew that Abike's love was genuine, not clouded by the desire for riches or power. He took her hand and asked, Abike, will you return with me to the palace and be my wife? Together we can rule with wisdom and kindness, just as we have lived simply and happily in this village. Abike agreed, her heart full of happiness. They returned to the palace, where Adewale's true identity was revealed to the astonished villagers. The king and queen were surprised at first, but when they saw how much Adewale and Abike loved each other, they welcomed her with open arms. Prince Adewale and Abike were married in a grand ceremony, but they never forgot the simple life they had shared in the village. They ruled the kingdom with kindness and humility, always remembering the lessons they have learned. And so, the story of Prince Adewale and Abike became a beloved tale in the kingdom, passed down from generation to generation. It was a reminder to all that true love looks beyond riches and title, and that the most important thing is the goodness of the heart.